Hey, what's good, everybody? Hope you guys are all well. Hope if you watch the Super Bowl or you're into all that, you're not hung over today or something, right? Um, because I remember back in the days when I used to watch it. Um, yeah, I know the next day was all recovery and stuff, right? So I'm gonna try to get through all the signs. I don't know. I've feel a little tired for some reason. I think it's just that the Lunar New Year is coming and all that stuff, right? Hey, River Dragon, good morning. Good morning to you over there, or a good afternoon to you over there, right? Good evening. I don't know. I forgot how many hours ahead you are. Um, but yeah. Well, quick announcement, because I know they told me that there's a few spots left. I'm teaching at the spiritual retreat in Tulum, Mexico. Um, it starts on March 22nd, which I thought was very synchronistic because that's the day I started the podcast. My very first episode was on that day, right? 322. And then so it's funny that so many synchronicities with that, right? But also yeah, when they told me, I was like, yeah, I'm in, because I just thought it was very synchronistic, right? So there's still, I believe, 3 or 4 spots left for that. I'll put the link in the description if anyone's interested in yeah, if you've had trouble with shifting yourself, right? If you've had trouble, and there'll be, including myself, 7 amazing spiritual teachers. So this is, yeah, on March, right, next month, so you still have time. I'll put the link and all that good stuff. Oh wow, 3 p.m. Okay, that's funny. It's gonna be 7 right now, so yeah, I can't do the math right now, but so let me start off with, I know it's Aquarius's birthday month still. Aren't you River Dragon? You're a Aries, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let me know. If you are, I'll go ahead and start off with Aries if you are, and then I'll just go, I guess, in order, right? So let me know before I start it out here. Okay. Perfect. All right, so here we go. So starting with Aries. Um I think that overall this isn't a bad energy, right? This has been coming out for the collective. This came out yesterday in a quick little collective read I did, right? Being in your head about something after, I feel like there was some kind of discussion that happened. This doesn't resonate, right? Obviously, take what resonates, right? Whether this was, I got chills. So whether this was the spirit world telling you something very directly, right? Looking straight at you, not sugarcoating things. The spirit world telling you something, your third eye, right? You tapping into something, or someone in the physical form, right? But look at the Libra. Uh, there was a balance to it, right? Like truth, right? Truth serum, so to speak, right? And it is what it is. This is all for our highest good, right? Even the way the sword's pointing up right now is jumping out at me like that, like the highest good, right? But it leads to a new beginning. So this is all about putting you on a path to a new journey, right? So if you see, my heart felt refreshed with that, right? So I had this like, not completely, right? Not like a full blown like whoosh when I felt it like that, but there's a refreshing thing to it, right? I could feel where there might have been pain, right? But it's all like to teach something, right? So for Aries, right? And look at that. See, to put you on that path, all that yellow, right? Solar plexus energy. While the crown chakra is attached to this, there's a lot of solar plexus of putting you on your path. to the truth. Like if you're around people that just are yes ma'am or yes man kind of people, you never um see the truth of things, right? And you might end up traveling on the wrong road for a long time, right? So I think this is good overall. I don't know. So you can let me know if it resonates, right? But the time to start a new journey, right? And if that doesn't resonate, maybe this just resonates about starting a new journey. I always love that the fool in Spanish is el loco, because el loco is usually crazy, right? But I had not my direct uncle, it was my mom's uncle. Whenever I see this card, because that's literally how he walked around, right? I forgot what they said happened to him when he was young, and that after that he wasn't the same anymore, right? I forgot what it was, right? Because it was in a town, right, in like rural Mexico, right? So they have stories, right? Like to them, their stories. So I gotta find out again. But I remember there was a story to it, right? And then he was never the same. But he had this amazing energy, very carefree. He was always dancing and singing, and it was like I didn't see it. Even looking back, I don't see it as like any kind of bad thing, right? Like it was just the most beautiful energy, like when you think about it, right? So I feel like this is good for you, Aries, right? Being in that beautiful energy, right? Of just being carefree, starting a new journey, trusty companion, right? With the dog thing, I love it, right? So okay, let's see what else for Aries, and then we'll go to the next sign. Wow, yeah, see? Maybe new opportunities coming in, right? More, look at just all that yellow. I love it. Something that, whether that's you or someone approaching you with a new idea, I feel like it's gonna feel true to you, right? You're gonna feel like, you know what, this may be something unexpected, but it's gonna be something that helps you feel grounded, right? The root chakra jumped out at me. Ah, look it, there you are, Aries. Bam. But it's a choice, right? Because quizás, right? The third eye. I think you might take some time to see, like, hey, this feels right, right? Even holding it, right? Like weighing it out, right? Maybe even weighing it out. Like, is this? But overall, I feel like, mm, yeah. So, yeah, I think it might come in sooner than you think, actually, because it doesn't feel like you're. This feels like something else coming in. So just know, right, when it comes in, because the Knight of Swords came out too. So yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I got that for someone else too. I think last time in the All Signs, it was like it felt like someone wanting to go into hermit mode, but that wasn't the advice. It was like this is not the time to go into hermit mode, right? And take this how it resonates. But I think eventually this journey will be lead to some whichever side you're on, whether you consider yourself to be more the King of Cups or the Queen of Wands. See, like having each other's back, right? Whichever side you're on, the other person's kind of watching your back, right? So that's kind of what it feels like in this instance, right? Whatever journey, this new opportunity, that's what I'm getting right now, the way this came out, right? There's something with the throat though. I felt some kind of energy, so maybe there just has to be clear communication, right? Just like the way they in the beginning, right? The way something was brought to you, maybe it's so you for you to learn to communicate very clearly. So there's no illusions, there's no misunderstandings, right? All that stuff. So yeah, so just really, really clear communication is gonna be important, right? So I'll just yeah, I'll stop with that because I feel like I went way. But hey, yeah. Hey Zoe, good morning. Hope all is well. Okay, so after Aries, Taurus, right? So let's go. Let me know if well, you already said that kind of did resonate. So let's see. Taurus. What's going on with Taurus right now for this upcoming week? Or whoa, that one just flew out. Justice. That's beautiful. And wow, that Libra energy again. So I think right now, universally speaking, there is a balancing happening, right? That's interesting. Huh. So for Taurus, some kind of justice is coming in. Some deserved justice. Okay. So what is this justice that Taurus is receiving? Ah, maybe something with matters of the heart. Well, I won't sugarcoat it. Because there's some sexual energy attached to this, which is funny because it is a Scorpio card too, right? And we know that Scorpio rules that part, right? Obviously the heart chakra, but I mean it'll make you happy, but it's attached to sexual energy too, right? So maybe someone comes in and you are sexually attracted, right? There's gonna be a sexual chemistry, but it's also gonna make your heart happy, right? Obviously it's a choice. You can choose, right? Ah, and there it is, right? Wow, yeah. There's those wands popping up, right? Like, but look at there. One is rushing in and the other one's like, I mean, take it out, it resonates. I don't know. It could be male or female. It could be however, right? Gender doesn't matter here, so take it how it resonates, right? But there's a lot of sexual energy, but it can lead to a stable hmm. So you could be Aries, Taurus cusp, right? Interesting. But there's a justice attached to it because maybe in the past, right? So just be careful to not repeat the patterns. A lot of times, see, if we were in a connection, right, we might have dealt, like, let's say that Taurus, you might have dealt with a Five of Swords kind of energy, right? Someone that didn't know how to communicate, self-sabotaging, or if this was you, take it how it resonates, right? And look at there it is, that throat chakra. So make sure you don't repeat patterns in this new energy because this is obviously something that's healthier, right? There's communication there. See the throat chakra. There's a lot of like solid ground, right? Stable four, right? Four. So try not to fall into that. I think that's kind of the advice, right? Don't self sabotage because that's what you brought over from the past relationship, right? So just make sure there's clear communication. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of sexual chemistry, right? That's really strong here. But it's also gonna make your heart happy, right? Even with the justice, right? So yeah, I think just communicate, right? Make sure that people could get jealous, right? Let's say there's a strong sexual connection. You might be worried that, hey, well, I don't want somebody else to be, which it's going to be very mutual, it feels like, right? There's going to be a mutual sexual connection. It feels mutual, right? So obviously, right? This is a very balanced card. Happy home, happy life, right? success, peace. That's why it's funny, peace. So make sure don't be the one to self-sabotage because of past experiences, right? So on that note, let's go into Gemini. Let me see what else. Hey, is it Angela? Happy to have you here. Let me see. Why isn't this thing zoomed in? I think it's Angela though, right? I can't. I don't know why it's not zooming in the screen thing. Yeah, but happy to have you here. Oh, you've been having throat issues. Wow, okay. Yeah, because I was feeling. There you're that Aries Taurus cusp. Okay. Venus and Taurus. That's a beautiful placement. You know, Venus and Taurus is usually like a king looking for their queen or a queen looking for their king, right? I think that's like one of the most stable placements for, for Venus, right? So I feel like, yeah. And yeah, well, I want, because then my whole crown's lighting up with that. So, I mean, that's a beautiful placement to have, right? Um, let me see. Gemini, yeah. Gemini. So maybe Gemini's making plans too, right? But see, it's more like I like this one because it's almost like a choice has been made, right? Seeing with the third eye, grabbing onto one of those wands and being like, okay, this one, right? Getting ready to start the journey. Prevision, right? But there was planning that, wow, I got chills all the way down. So there's planning with that, right? So that's good for Gemini, right? We're on Gemini. So Gemini is planning things. Okay. Wow. Is that it? That's weird. A Gemini doesn't want to talk. Oh, wow. Wow, I got chills everywhere. So maybe Gemini also, right? Maybe Gemini Taurus cusp now going that way, right? Maybe you dealt with somebody this kind of energy. So now, wow, I felt it on the heart. So maybe now you're more cautious about you're making the plans, but you're not speaking about them, right? Maybe this has made you become a little more. So it takes a lot, right? So for a Gemini to be like, you know what, I'm not gonna share all my plans and this and that anymore. Yeah. Whoa. Man, I had like my whole thing is kind of yeah. Wow, 9-9. Interesting. Two nines. So even that, right? Like you're probably just working away towards. I feel like you went through your hermit mode, and yeah, you're gonna be more guarded, obviously now with. It's funny though. It feels like whatever you came out of, it made you be. It feels like you did the work because even I don't know, it jumped out at me. I don't think it really ever has the way he's draped all in that white, right? Like it made you come out more pure. So it's not necessarily like this energy you dealt with didn't make you bitter. It just made you more cautious of how you or who you give your energy to, right? So you're still very open to connecting and this and that, but it just changed you, right? This looks like someone that's just in a more mature energy, no BS. Gemini is a very childlike, playful energy a lot of times, right? And when it gets out of that energy, it's because of life, right? Life doing what it does. And so right now, wow, I'm getting all these chills. So right now, it just feels like this, whatever the energy this was, man, I keep getting chills with this, right? It feels like it was a masculine type energy, right? Whatever energy this was that wanted to start stuff, right? A very self-sabotaging, win at all cost type energy, right? Like, but what did you win, right? Like someone that it was more important to them to win than anything, right? Um, it put you, but Nine of Cups isn't bad, right? It's someone that, man, I'm getting chills everywhere. It's someone that's very connected to their emotions, right? It's just gonna be more reserved now. Like you're not gonna give your emotions as freely to anybody, right? So that's pretty interesting. Oh, the sacral. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Interesting. Yeah. So you're good. You're willing to, right? If for the I guess the right person, but just no BS kind of energy. Hmm. Okay, what else for Gemini then? Interesting, man. This so far, this has been the one. Like I'm just getting chosen on to stop. Wow. So yeah, there's new things coming, right? Success, new plans. See, so I mean, that's how it started, right? Making plans. I think you're just gonna be more secretive about everything you do. That's it. Keeping it to yourself. New ideas, mental clarity. That's important, right? Once you get that, yeah. See, you were probably unfortunately shown the truth. Not unfortunately, fortunately, but yeah, there was something to it, right? Maybe something disappointing, right? Something that about that, right? That kind of maybe you just, but it's good, right? It freed you in some way, right? So you were shown the truth about things, mind over heart for what it needed to show you, right? And then after that, you know, yeah, just moving. Yeah, I keep getting chills, but it's yeah, and wow, even the feminine energy aspects of it is man, I don't even know. I think it's yeah, because it keeps moving, right? The energy. It feels very balanced though, right? I'm just getting chills everywhere. This is crazy. So I don't even know. I'm gonna have to sit with that. So okay, yeah, but hey, good for you, Gemini. So I'll just say that. I guess maybe it's that type of season, right? Hey, Divine Realm Tarot. Hope you're doing great. Um, wow. Okay, so who was next? Gemini, Cancer. So Cancer. Hmm. Man, so that's interesting. Cancer, what happened, Cancer? And there's that Libra energy again. See, so there's a lot of balance being set right now. So that's kind of the theme, then, I guess, right? The universe is setting things to balance. So that's a great thing, right? As we're starting off this, right? As we're going into this fire horse here. So I would say to every sign, notice what the universe is trying to teach you. You should have gotten this from last year, but if I get it. I mean, really, technically, right? This is the lunar year is about to be on the 17th, right? Of February. So I guess that's the first day of the fire horse year, right? So the universe is setting you up for success if you listen, right? So make sure you listen, right? So Cancer, I guess right now maybe you're in a broken heart energy. Let's see why. Why is Cancer in this broken hearted energy? What is up? Whoa. Okay, you're feeling overburdened, right? Mm, maybe too many responsibilities. I don't know if you're February 17th. Okay. Yeah, all is well. Glad you're doing good. Um, yeah, interesting. For Cancer, you feel betrayed by something, brokenhearted by something, to where it's almost like that energy of fine, I'll do it myself. I don't know. Let's see, let's see. There's something, right? Something that Cancer feels overburdened with. Mm, emotions. Then there was something emotional that happened. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, right? And there you are, Cancer, right? This is usually right, like it says, abundant card, right? But right now, I feel like your emotions are flowing all over the place, right? My gut's lighting up. I don't know. I feel like maybe you're overly standoffish right now. My heart's kind of, I mean, see, right now, my heart doesn't feel, it feels like maybe you need to open your heart a little bit, right? Maybe something, I don't want to say you took something the wrong way, but maybe I just feel like you're being overly standoffish. That's kind of what I'm getting. Overly standoffish. What is it? Why? Try not to blame others for what others did, right? Like if don't make someone don't make people pay for what other people did, right? So that's very important. Let me see. Oh, I got chills down like the back, so yeah, I think like but I don't feel like you might be making people pay for what, yeah, people that didn't really do things to you pay for it, right? Look at the Nine of Swords. There's that 9-9, just like Gemini. Maybe you're a cusper, right? 9-9. You feel like you fought a battle alone, but I don't feel that you're necessarily like. I don't feel like you're necessarily alone. I feel like that's just like you're perceiving it that way, but it's like when people say, like when even Snoop got that, what do you get a star, right? And he's like, I thank myself or whatever. But we know you don't exactly do it yourself, right? Obviously, he didn't do it himself. But when people say that, like I thank myself, yeah, you should thank yourself. But obviously, we're not. It's not always, oh, we did everything by ourselves because clearly we didn't, right? I'm sure I've said that before too, right? Like, but we all have help, right? So we should always appreciate those that help us, right? But I get it, right? That's a human thing to say, right? I thank myself, but there's always something helping us or someone, right? Mm. There's that Libra. Wow. So maybe, wow, I got chills. So maybe you were told the truth you didn't want to hear and you didn't like it. Wow, that's interesting. Ah, the plot thickens. Maybe you were told, look at both of them are third eye, right? Third eye, Libra, third eye and Libra, right? Balance. So there was something maybe you just didn't want to hear and it hurt your feelings and you just rolled with it, right? You just kept going and going and going. Like it could have been, let's say you just wanted to do something one way and someone's like, hey, maybe this is an easier way, and you're like, fine, I'll do it myself, right? Like that kind of stuff. That's what I'm feeling like. Yeah, and then it's like people offering, hey, I'll help you. No, right, I got this kind of thing. So I mean, sometimes, right? Like, yeah, maybe, and I get it, right? Like sometimes it's almost like when you just want to vent out to somebody, and then in that case, you probably just wanted someone to listen, but then they give you advice, and then you know you'll explode or something, and it's like, oh, okay, because we don't always think to like, hey, Adrian, good morning, hope all is well. Um, Yeah, so maybe it's one of those things, right? Cancer. I feel like this is about, wow. Look at Ten of Cups is under. Hmm. Wow, I got chill. So I feel like, yeah, just maybe you just wanted something a certain way, and so you got heartbroken over something that wasn't really meant to. So, oh, the balance. Okay, so maybe that's meant to teach you something about yourself, right? Maybe sometimes you can be, um, yeah, if you want something your way and it's not done your way, so maybe it's a good thing to just communicate that, right? Like, hey, this is how I want to do it. Yeah, it may be harder, right? Maybe your advice is better in the way of doing it, but this is how I want to do it, right? I don't care that it's harder, right? And this is what I want to do, right? Almost like just making sure you let somebody know, hey, this is a venting session. I don't need to hear your advice. I just want you to listen to me vent, right? So this is in that kind of conversation, right? So I know nobody, like, people don't stop to do that, right? A lot of times, but yeah. So okay, I'll move on to the next one because that was interesting thing there, Cancer. But yeah, with that Ten of Cups, I feel like you could be happy if yeah. 10-10, right? Because the Ten of Wands came out, Ten of Cups, 10-10. Hmm. Okay, Leo, right? Oh, thank you, River Dragon. Appreciate you. So Leo. Ah, that's beautiful. Thank you, Zoe. I like that. Kind of like I got my mind made up. Don't confuse me with the truth. Wow, that's that's awesome. I've never heard that before. I got my mind made up. Don't confuse me with the truth. Okay, Leo. That's so cool. I like it. All right. Wow. New opportunities for it's funny because I mean you would think, well, I guess yeah, it's a financial opportunity, but it's gonna make your heart happy, right? And it's just thanks to your patience, right? Just continuing, which is good. I think that's a strong, and look at with all that yellow, the solar plexus, right? Um, it's interesting because Leo, right? It's a very energetic energy. So I feel like, yeah, thanks to being patient, which I wouldn't think all Leos, well, I don't know, it depends. There are Leos that are very patient, right? But there are Leos that are impatient. So let's see. Wow, look at more. Yeah. So yeah, new beginnings kind of thing, right? New opportunities, new beginnings, right? I don't know, I'm holding this. Yeah. So I guess you're starting a new journey too. And it almost feels like the universe has a hand in it. Not almost, if it feels like the universe has a hand in it because they know you're gonna, I think the universe can see, not I think, the universe can see everything, right? They see the whole picture. So they know that from you being prosperous, you're gonna give back, right? And I think that's what it is sometimes. Not that people that aren't, obviously, we see how the world is. We know that. But I think that's part of the huge planetary shift, right? The universe. Oh, wow. Okay, that makes sense. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that just got way deeper than I expected, right? Yeah. So it feels like the universe is gonna start setting things how, they should be, right? Or not, or just balancing things out. That's a better way of putting it. All those people in power, right? That, there's enough to give everyone on the world, there in the world, all that stuff, right? So I think, yeah, Leo, you have a big place in that, right? Well, I got chills everywhere when I said that. So Whatever Leos are connecting to this, you have a huge part in this, right? Of being part of that collective that's gonna like show them how it's done, right? Like all those like I don't know, that's what I heard, billionaires and this and that, these greedy people, because it is kind of mind-boggling, right? How it's gotten to that point, right? To where these people, like how it is, right? Like what is it? Like 1% owns like I don't know the numbers, right? But they own all that, like money of the world or whatever. Yeah. So now the abundance card feels different, right? Not like with cancer, but this feels like yeah, new season is coming in for Leo, right? I don't know. There's something different with that. Hmm. I feel like Leo in the past you were probably very connected to your emotions. It feels like a little more mind over heart, because my heart kind of got a little. It's gonna make your heart happy, this new journey you're on, but right now it feels like the heart space is a. That's interesting. That was interesting. Ah, look it. See, what did I just say? Bam, Ten of Pentacles. So it feels like whatever journey you're on right now is gonna be a very financially prosperous journey. Ace of Wands, right? But there's wow, a lot of inspiration. Oh, that was a weird yeah, there's a lot of inspiration coming in. Or if it hasn't came in yet, it will, right? New ideas. Wow, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. Hmm. Oh, it's weird. I'm getting there it is. That's why. See, I felt this tightness in my throat. I think it just comes with the territory, right? As you become prosperous, just get ready, right? You're built for it though, right, Leo? Yeah. You know who just popped in my head as I said that? Not like it was the lion from that the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, right? Like he's that one, Aslan, right? Aslan, I think they say it in the movie, but like right, he's ready for battle, right? It's fine. But I feel like as you're doing this, but look at this. Imagine being on a divinely guided kind of mission, right? To help others, and then here come the haters, right? They don't know though. It's fine. You just do what you gotta do, right? Yeah, I felt that tightness right here. Yeah. Wow, I'm getting a lot of chills. That's crazy. So yeah, don't worry about it. Oh wow, there you are. Bam, strength. Leo, Aslan. The lion, right? You good. See, and with that, see, it's like yeah, the spirit world has your back. Mm, yeah. That's beautiful. That made me a little like the emotions, right? How much the spirit world has your back, right? The angels, all that good stuff. So it's all good, right? So that's cool. You're built for it, right? So don't worry. There's gonna be obviously that, right? Like the haters thing, right? I felt like a little. Mm, you're good though. Okay, so after Leo is Virgo, right? Yeah, Aslan. Yeah. Um, Virgo. What's up, Virgo? I think this was a similar energy that came out last time too. Up in your head about something, but your hands are not tied, right? This is like the whole. You feel like your hands are tied with something, but they're really not, right? Wow, and my throat's still tight from. So maybe you're a Leo Virgo cusper, right? They're starting to go away, but hopping into Virgo, like I still was feeling that tightness in the throat. Oh, maybe that's why you're feeling. Maybe there's something you need to speak up about, right? With the solar plexus, maybe you're not speaking your truth, right? So very important to stand in your truth, Virgo. Mm, very important to stand in your truth. Oof. I don't know why when this card came out, I got chills everywhere. So yeah, success, right? So maybe that's very dependent, right? I think you were shown truths, right? Wow. See, I had a visual of someone putting on the crown. Bam. So that's oh, I got chills. That's the thing for Virgo once you stand in your truth, right? If the spirit world's kind of, it's almost like if the spirit world's crowning you, hey, put on, it was earned, right? They showed you truths, right? Don't deny the truth that the spirit world showed you, right? Look at that. The new ideas, clear mind, right? That jumps out at me. Just having a clear mind. If you already know the truth, I was trying to think of an analogy. I don't know why I saw a fire truck. Maybe some of you, um, I don't know. Let me know if that resonates. I don't know why I saw a fire truck. How could we? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Something maybe like that. Maybe you saw the smoke, right, or saw through the smoke. Some kind of illusion. You were shown something. You know, like what more do you need? Like it's like you saw the smoke, you saw the fire. Do you need like some big old fire trucks to pass by? Like what else do you need to see, right? I don't know why. I think that's probably right. Hmm. Maybe look into, I don't know why I saw the number 42. Maybe look into the 42 laws of Ma'at, right? You're very studious, right, Virgo? So maybe there's something tied into that, right? If you haven't looked at the 42 laws of Ma'at, look at that. That jumped into my head. Hmm. Yeah. 42. There's a 42 on the side of the fire truck. So I know I think the first time I looked into the 42 laws on my, that's how I saw it, right? I was seeing 42 on everything. I think I saw it on a fire truck, an ambulance, this, that, everywhere I was going. So I think it took me back to that memory. So wow, something's pulling on. I know the left is the feminine side, right? So let me look that real quick. Why you gotta make me work here, Virgo? Let me see. Intuition, protection. So you're being protected. Maybe pay closer attention to internal or external messages. So there it is. Yeah. They're just giving confirmation to what I just said. You're getting all the signs, so just pay attention, right? If you like it's like that. I think that's the joke, the spirit world giving a little joke, right? Like what else do you need, right? You saw the smoke, you saw the fire, you need the big old trucks, you need to hear the sirens, what else, right? But look at see just wow. So new opportunities, right? Success is tied into that, right? Wow, look at wow. So really asking you to tap in to your crown, right? The spirit world, they're communicating with you right now, heavy, right? Really, really coming through, right? Like a hand appearing out of thin air. They're showing you a lot of signs right now, Virgo. Wow. So look at there you are, Virgo. Wow. Okay, there it is. Bam. Talk about confirmations. See, almost like they handed it to you, right? Bam, the spirit world came and boom, you got it off the spirit world's hand. So I feel like you're very tapped in, or they're communicating with you heavy, right? So please don't ignore the signs, right? Because obviously this is how it started. For whatever Virgo's up in their head, not getting the signs, like they're communicating with you so much right now. Don't ignore it. I feel like it's some of your ancestors too, right? I got this emotional feeling like, if you had loved ones that passed on, I mean, we all do, obviously, right? But they're watching over you right now. They're communicating with you big time, right? They got your back. So, poof. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of emotions tied into that, right? So, a lot of love, a lot of protection, right? So, okay. Who's next? Mm, I always get these confused if it's Libra or Scorpio, but it's Libra, right? So Libra's next. Let me see. Hey, Christy, Leo Sun, Aries rising. Hey, Michigan. I've always wanted to go there. Let me see. Yeah, the truth will set you free. Absolutely. Virgo, and then so Libra. Okay, Libra, Libra, Libra. Okay, Libra. Mm. Uh-oh. Mm. I felt something in the heart space, so whew. Man, everybody wants it because I keep so even with this one, I got chills right now. So you walked away from something, Libra, to walk, but that's the good thing. You walk to walk in your truth, right? You walked away from something to walk on the path towards your truth. And it's funny because the moon jumped out at me almost like, oh, you're not gonna stay here in the illusion with me anymore. Like you're walking towards right in the solar plexus, right? The sun, right? Like there was something, it feels like the same. Maybe, oh, maybe you're right, Virgo Libra cusp where you were shown the truth about something, right? You're walking towards the truth now, right? Man, my whole face went numb. So you're probably really tapped in right now too, Libra. What else for Libra? What is Libra walking away from? Ah, what is Libra walking away from? There was a huge conflict, right? Probably with a masculine energy, right? And gender doesn't matter, right? Maybe you were just in a more feminine energy, a little probably in a nurturing energy, and there was yeah, the heart. But it doesn't feel like pain, almost like this set you free, right? Like yeah, like how Zoe said, right? The truth shall set you free. So maybe something set you free because my heart feels a little relief, right? Not like completely, obviously, maybe you are hurt by something, right? But it feels more refreshed than hurt. So that's good, right? So whatever conflict happened was meant obviously for your highest good. So hey, maybe with a Leo, who knows, right? Maybe with a Pisces, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. It could have been any sign, but I don't know. Something told me to say that. So, that's weird. Well, I mean, it's not weird, right? Maybe you're still up in your head about it a little bit, right? I mean, take it how it resonates. Could be the other person, right? Maybe the other person's realizing what they did, right? Maybe they're realizing that damn things were really like they probably caused the conflict. Could you be connecting with a cancer? Because we saw the that energy, right, with cancer. Ah, interesting. And there was a lot of Libra energy with the cancer, huh? And I'm feeling the little throat, a slight throat thing, and like a throat chakra, throat. Maybe those. But then why are you walking away, Libra? Ah, this is interesting. See, perspectives. Maybe because that was kind of the thing with cancer, right? Perspectives. But for some reason, Libra's walking away and they don't feel like they don't feel burdened by the walking away. Wow. I feel like you're in this. It's funny because it's cancer again, right? Yeah, that's funny. That's really funny, right? My throat feels so tight right now. There's something that's not, someone's having trouble communicating something, right? Whether it's Libra or this energy you're dealing with, right? But I feel like this is you. You're being compassionate. I think you were compassionate. That's why you're able to walk away. Cause something, man, my throat feels so tight right now. It just got super tight. So, hmm, yeah. I can't say I feel like you're wrong for walking away from something, right? So, wow, look at that. Bam, the high priestess. So I think you knew what you had to do. But yeah, my throat is so tight right now. That's crazy. Someone needs to communicate something, or maybe you feel like you do, but maybe you just feel like I can't say nothing to this person. Like this person doesn't get it. That is crazy. I think that's yeah, because my throat just got so tight. Like, and that happens sometimes, right? Oh, your hands are tight. You can't say nothing to this person. Wow. They're not, right? Obviously, this is the that card of yeah, your hands aren't really tied, but it feels like that. Man, I don't like this energy just because my throat is tightening up so bad. Like, oh, it sucks to deal with that, right? Like sometimes, yeah, it's like that, right? Well, yeah, Libra's air sign, right? So air signs are usually pretty good at communicating. So to feel constricted, like, yeah, it sucks, right? To feel like you can't communicate with somebody. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So if you were dealing with, because for example, right, there are like water signs, for example, it depends, right? We all have all like the things in our birth chart, right? But if you have more water in your chart, you can go a little more emotional than logic, right? So if someone's trying to explain to you with logic, but you're just tapping into how something made you feel, then, even though this Libra isn't a feminine energy, right, which is the emotions, they're trying to explain something and someone not getting it because it's just the emotions of it, right? So that could feel very like, oof, right? Like, man, you're not, right? Like, you could be like, I'm not trying to fight. And someone's like, no, like all they see is red, right? That's crazy. Yeah. So I get why you walked away from whatever the situation. Yeah. Cause I'm already just trying to get out of this energy because my throat got so tight. That is crazy. I don't even, okay, there. So is there anything else? I guess I'm just like, okay, there, let me go to the next sign because this thing is just, but let's put one more then. I feel like you weren't wrong for walking away because you couldn't, why stay in something that, and your heart felt lighter from whoever this was. If it wasn't a cancer, it doesn't matter, but it was maybe that, right? Like the, the crab, right? Something going into its shell and just not listening to nothing and just being in that protective, defensive. And it could be that, right? People that sometimes that get into those things are from past hurts, past traumas, and if you're having to pay for something someone hasn't worked through, then that just sucks, right? That is crazy. Yeah, see, my throat's starting to get a little lighter. Wow, that was just so constricted. Wow, there's a judgment. So maybe that was part of the judgment, right? It was spiritually led for you to just walk away. Your heart felt light from it. So I'm not gonna, it's a disappointing, right? It was disappointing. So maybe you're still in that energy. If the Four of Cups is you, if you're in that energy right now, just and then the nine, what was it? The Eight of Swords came out, right? So I feel like this is kind of confirmation that you did what was best in the situation. So I'll leave it at that, right? You know that that's what was best in the situation, right? And I think this is just the universe, spirit world confirming that that's what was best. Okay, Scorpio. Oh, lunar Libra. Oh, no more smoke screens. Absolutely, absolutely. So Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpio. Man, I think the had I said Scorpio because I think the Eight of Cups came out again. Wow, but let me just reshuffle that because that's so funny. I think the Eight of Cups. Maybe you're. A Libra Scorpio cusp, but I'm just gonna reshuffle because that was interesting. I like that though. As I split the deck, wow, the sun and the let me not. I don't think YouTube always sees that, but the sun and the magician, wow, that jumped out to me right now as I split the deck. So maybe Scorpios in a very creative, like like very aware that you can manifest whatever you want, which is perfect, right? Because as we're starting, and the Eight of Cups, right? So maybe you're a cusper. You left right the moon to the illusion to walk towards the sun, and you're like, wow, that's amazing, right? So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah. So and this isn't it Aries and Scorpio energy, right? The tower. Maybe that was a tower, right? Something happened. There was a tower that now you're walking towards. So it happened for a reason, right? Wow. Yeah. I don't feel like a heavy energy from it. So I feel like there was a tower for Scorpio that put you on the path, right? Just beautiful. I mean, right in time, right? Right in time for the fire horse here, right? Ah. So there it is. Maybe you are cusping with Libra, right? Maybe you're in a little bit of this energy, but I feel like don't do it. It feels like it wants to tighten up like the throat thing again. Don't do it. And it is the throat chakra, right? Okay. I didn't like that energy at all. I want to even light some sage right now, but let me get through this. Yeah. So, okay. So there was a tower for Scorpio. Huh. I think you need to take action at this moment, right? Wow, I got chills. So kind of like how the magician wanted to pop out, right? I think that and the sun, you need to take action right now. So it's for you it's not hermit mode time, right? For Scorpio. Oh, the fire horse. Yeah, wow. Yeah. So for you it's all about action right now, right? And I felt it strongly with you, right? As opposed to not that I didn't feel with the other signs, but because even right for I know for someone it was like the Knight of Pentacles, right? Just kind of a stationary horse. New beginnings nonetheless, but stationary. But for you, I feel action, Scorpio. Like, yeah, the sun's shining right now, right? I think the tower was a huge wake up call for some reason, right? I think this wow, my whole face feels like numb. So I feel like I'm really connecting to this right now. Wow. Yeah. It almost feels like, there was a death and rebirth. There's that Libra. See, there's things just being set into balance right now, right? That's literally, the coffin, right? Tregua means truce, right? So I feel like you don't, well, I was going to say you don't necessarily, but no, you might be a little bit in this energy, right? Yeah. So I think that's why, they want you to know, like, this is a time to take action, right? Yeah. Okay. See, let me not get stuck hung up on that. Let me see. Okay, so if you took time to recover, I feel like you already took time to recover. Because if they're already telling you like, okay, their action time, yeah, right. And this kind of reminds me like the magician, right? The Queen of Wands. Maybe your charisma's gonna, or I'm tapping into a Scorpio, right? Scorpios, I've met different kinds of Scorpios. There are Scorpios that are very charismatic, and then there's some that are a little more secretive, more um, they kind of I don't know if they do it on purpose or it's just that's just how they are, right? They're a little more mysterious is the word, right? But this, I don't know, this Scorpio that I'm maybe you're cusping, right? Scorpio, Sagittarius, because you have, or yeah, maybe you have. Who knows? I don't know. Is there Scorpio? Well, I'm sure there's everything, right? I'm not like the biggest, um, like astrology wise. I don't know how everything works, right? But maybe you're Leo rising. Maybe you have Leo somewhere right there. So although you're a Scorpio with the mysterious nature, you can also step into that, right? Mm. My heart felt like light right now. So yeah, I think your charisma is gonna help you, right? So your charisma is gonna have a lot to do with the direction you're gonna move in. Maybe you have a business, right? Maybe you're you're an influencer, maybe you're online, maybe you have a business, but you talk to people, right? Maybe you own a flower shop. Hmm, that's interesting. That jumped out at me. My heart feels really good with this energy, like refreshed. So I don't know. There's yeah, I feel like there's something. I think if you are in this energy, maybe I know Scorpios can hold on to things, right? They can hold on to things, right? So I feel like, wow, see, there it goes. My throat's getting tight with this freaking. So if you are in this energy, let it go, right? Like I know it's easier said than done, but hmm. Or if you need to communicate something, if this is your energy and you need to communicate something, then just do it, right? Whatever thing there is, there's something there that this is like the poopy pants card to me, right? Someone that's like they're pouty, right? The poopy pants card. So I don't know, but it feels like you're being very divinely guided, right? These came out together, the Queen of Wands and the Temperance Angel. Look at oh, see, I kept feeling the refreshed heart and positive. See, it's spirituality and positive mindset, right? So I like it. Oh, there's that Sagittarius. So maybe you are like a cusp or something, right? I feel fire energy with this. So I don't know. I feel like things are. I think just try not to be in this poopy pants mode. If there's things, maybe whatever tower this was, it just has you kind of like that, right? But it doesn't feel heavy, right? I kept feeling this refreshed heart. So I think you understand why things happen. I think it was almost a relief when this tower happened. Maybe you weren't taking action, right? It's almost like that. Like sometimes I don't think you had to self sabotage anything is what I'm getting here, but almost like yeah, maybe like that. Let's say you were in a relationship, you didn't want to be the one to break up with someone, and you were hanging on longer than you should, and you were just when the tower hit, you were relieved, right? So I think you get why things happen the way they happen, and just try look it. Wow, as I lifted up the deck to there you are, Scorpio, death. So yeah, there was definitely something that came to an end, right? But death and rebirth. Wow, my heart just felt so refreshed right now. So yeah. So yeah. I think you know why something happened and just keep on trucking, right? Move forward. Oh, thank you, River Dragon. I appreciate that. Appreciate you. Let me see. Okay, I'll answer any questions. I think I'm almost getting to the last sign, right? Let me see. Sagittarius is next, and then Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Pisces, right? And then I'll take any questions. So, yeah, Sagittarius. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. So Sagittarius, who else got this? Gemini, I think, right? I think you're yeah, making plans. Maybe by Aries season, right? Aries season is right around the corner, right? So maybe you're starting to make plans, right? You're seeing something you want to head towards. Ah, there's that Libra again. Wow. Maybe you're heading towards something balanced, right? mind over heart, right? Logic. You were shown something as well, right? My heart felt a weird thing. It wasn't that refresh heart. It was like it wasn't a tight heart. That was interesting. What even was that? I don't even know. That was felt like something that knowing, right? I guess that it was knowing. It wasn't a tight heart. It wasn't. It was just a knowing heart. Ah, a knowing heart. Interesting. I don't think I've ever said that before. A knowing heart. Wow. See. So I think just some. Yeah. Wow. They're all third eye too, right? So Sagittarius, whatever Sagittarius I'm connecting to, is like very logically aware and emotionally aware, right? Hmm. I like that compassion came out, right? Because the King of Swords sometimes, right, could be thought of as very just like mind over heart, and that's it, right? Like even I heard the word rude could be, but in this case, I feel like you're very compassionate. It's just that you have a knowing heart, right? Knowing heart, knowing mind. Yeah, maybe you've been fooled so much. Like, yeah, that thing popped in my head right now. The fool me once. So I think that whatever Sagittarius this is like you just know stuff, right? You know where you're headed to. You're not confused. So I think I could just move on to the next sign after that, right? It feels like Sagittarius knows what's up right now. Interesting. Wow, there it is. Yeah, I'll just move on to the next sign after this one, the sun. All right. Sagittarius. I feel like you just know where you're headed right now. You have a knowing heart. You're compassionate, logical. Nah, there it is. There's the refreshing heart. That's so funny. Probably because the sun, right? You're riding bareback on on a white horse. The sun has your back. Sometimes, yeah, wow, the way it's coming out right now, like, yeah, the sun has your back, even, right? That's crazy. It's crazy how the cards at different times would jump out differently. It's so, almost like they're shifting, right? Like the cards shape shift kind of thing, right? It's really interesting the way they do that. Oh, you never really got along? An argument with the other day with your Scorpio. Hey, Brittany, glad to have you here. Um, so yeah, I don't know if I even need to pull anything else for Sagittarius. I almost don't wanna. The heart felt refreshed. Everything feels good with Sagittarius. So yeah, look at. I don't know. Wow, maybe you're coming into union, divine pair, right? Maybe you're just very. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. And bam! Wow, marriage, right? Matrimonio. Oh, I got chills. Maybe on both sides. That's so crazy. Hmm. I feel like for Sagittarius, that's why. See, it's all everything. Wow, Sagittarius, that's crazy. I guess it would be a good time to be a Sagittarius right now, huh? Everything's divine pair even. But that, right? Like that jumped out at me. Someone that like you two know what you need to do, right? Like whoever you connect with too is gonna be someone very responsible, very logical. But I think that's why then I was feeling that refreshed heart. It's not gonna be like a mind over heart and that's it, right? It's gonna be it feels balanced, right? It feels like a balanced connection, very divinely guided, great communication, right? I feel like that's very important here. So maybe, whatever Sagittarius you have, air in your chart, obviously, right? But in placements that, maybe your rising, moon, Mercury, right? But yeah, this feels great. I mean, hey, that's amazing, Sagittarius. So let me know when the wedding plans come, or um yeah, that's pretty interesting. I don't know. It feels very like, you know, I like it. I like it. Okay. Just be careful. I mean, I was already gonna go into Capricorn. So, I forgot who else got that hater, right? But look at, as I split the deck, the sun, and then, so be careful with people seeing that you're happy and then little haters trying to cause stuff, right? So just be careful with that, Sagittarius. Don't let hate, see, mentiras, lies, right? So don't let people try to come in between your union if there is some kind of, wow, I got chills. So it never fails, right? Like when people are, I think though, I felt like that's gonna be a great connection. So I think there's, especially with the communication, maybe that's why that kept coming out. The emphasis on communication. If you're in a divine connection, you'll be able to talk about it and be like, oh, you saw what this person's trying to do over here, stuff like that, which is how it should be, right? So I like that. Okay. Sagittarius, Capricorn, and then last but not least, Pisces after that. So Capricorn. Okay, let's see. Wow, my nose is itching big time. So, um, I don't know, is that for Capricorn or was that for that's always like communication coming in kind of fast. Oh, there you are, Capricorn. Bam, right away. So maybe you just been focused on your money. Maybe that's it, right? You've just been focused on being stable, you know? This card, I mean, depending how it comes out, but because hey, it is you, and I don't know, there's some kind of stability with that. Right now you're feeling like, hey, I'm focused on my money. Look at, I got my nice shiny pentacles. You got money on the brain, right? Like, wow, my dog's crying all crazy right now. That's so funny. Let's see. All right, what else? Why did she start crying? Man, she's crying like crazy right now. And then this came out. So maybe there was some kind of death. If it was a literal death, you lost somebody, my condolences, right? If someone passed away. So take it how it resonates, right? Capricorn, my condolences. Um, and if it was for those that don't resonate with that, then something came to an end, right? Wow, that's so crazy. My whole crown lit up too. So if that's what it was, yeah. Yeah, wow. I want to say it was, well, I won't hang on to that energy too much, right? But it doesn't feel like there's a heavy energy. So if someone did pass away, it felt like it was just from natural causes, most likely, or something that you understood, right? Because it doesn't feel like this super sorrowful energy, right? Whoa. So making new plans, right? I don't feel like making necessarily new plans, but I think you've almost like, you're in a, well, it's like that. You got the world in your hands, so you're kind of seeing like, okay, what am I gonna do now, right? I don't know. There's not a lot of emotion right now tied to my crown's just, so I don't know what it is right now. Hmm. Maybe you're opening up more spiritually right now. Ah, can't make it up. See, so maybe you're hmm. It feels like you're gonna go into hermit mode. That's interesting. Yeah, because my whole thing just swelled up, right? And then bam, there's the interesting. Well, yeah, and this was third eye too, right? So you're really seeing, but it feels like you haven't 100% made a choice yet about something because you're still, wow, my crown is just like it feels like foof. So I think you are going into really understanding why, and that happens a lot, right? So that's starting to make sense because I noticed that pattern. What people I've interviewed, have you seen like there's what 190 episode, the 190 episode I just did of the podcast where I noticed that pattern. A lot of people, when someone passed away, was when they had a huge spiritual awakening, right? So if that is what happened here, I think that's leading you to, yeah, yeah. I remember once this friend I had too that I don't know, they felt very carefree, and I ran into them like 2 years later, and they had this big old book like that, and I was like, hey, were you always into that? And they're like, no. And then they explained someone had passed away that they were very close to, and then I guess it sent them on the spiritual quest. So if this is something similar, let me know if that's resonating. Let me see what else. But it feels like you've been focused on your money, so maybe take it how it resonates. Either maybe there's two groups of Capricorns here, right? Let me see what else. What else? Oh wow. Mm. That's why. See, I told you I wasn't feeling a lot of emotions because I think not that you don't have emotions, just that something, I don't know. I guess you're a very now my heart's feeling more refreshed, but it's like you're just very in control of your emotions, right? Whoever oh, Pisces is the next. Okay, so maybe you're a Capricorn, Pisces, Cusper. But it feels like you're very wow, my heart feels refreshed almost right now. So I feel like you're very in control of your emotions, right? So okay, so what is Capricorn? I mean, it feels like oh wow, yeah. So I feel like you are searching for that, right? You're searching for higher knowledge. You're searching for, if it was just like that, like something just ended in your life, maybe you lost a job, maybe you a relationship. So take it how it resonates. Maybe you really did lose a loved one. Because there's been people that had huge spiritual awakenings after a relationship ended, right? That was very meaningful to them. So take it how it resonates, but now you're in the search of that, right? Because look at this. This is almost like looking for like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear kind of thing, right? So maybe you are in that kind of see with the throat chakra, you're searching for, right? You're maybe asking questions, stuff like that, right? You know, not for all of you, but some of you maybe. I don't think that should be the first step, but if some of you are a little further on your path, maybe even looking into the Akashic records, but not that really only it's not like everybody needs to do that, right? It just depends on what part of your journey you're at. Like sometimes it is stuff from your past lives even that are affecting this reality that you're in right now. So that's when you start really looking into that, right? So I don't know why that came out because someone needed to hear it, right? So yeah, okay. So I think after you go on that journey, there's gonna be that inspiration, right? Then you'll know, right? Then you'll be sure of where, because this is the card that kind of had me like, why are you still kind of you can see it almost right like almost like that world is almost like in this case it almost reminds me of like a crystal ball, right? Like there's something, but yeah, I think once you go on that journey, then it'll be clear what you need to do, right? If that makes sense. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I know I missed a lot, right? But Oh, there's been a whole thing going on here. I missed a lot. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to. Okay, so I'm on the last one, Pisces. Let me see. Let me try to catch up real quick. Let me see. So there was that Capricorn. Let me see. Wow. Let me see. Let me just yeah, let me just okay. So Pisces, Pisces. Wow, underneath. That's funny. As I split the deck, look at the world and the ten of wow, I got chills. Ten of Pentacles. So Pisces, maybe a cycle close so it could lead you towards your Ten of Pentacles, right? Wow, I got chills with that one. So that's good. Wow, look at as I split the deck again, the High Priestess, right? So I feel like something was divinely guided, right? A cycle had to close. So that's good. That's kind of was the energy closing out the year. So as we're going into this fire horse year, maybe whatever Pisces I'm tapping into, like you really did the work to close out the cycle, right? That was the big theme ending 2025. So okay for Pisces. Wow, look at Pisces doesn't want to talk now. Maybe that was it, huh? That's it. You close a cycle and you're on your way. That's it. Wow, that's weird. Ah, interesting. That's usually okay. There we go. Ah, is that why you don't want to talk Pisces? You're juggling stuff right now, or trying to get your balance? Ah, look at Capricorn. Maybe you're a cusp or two or something, right? Because there was the Pisces energy in the Capricorn reading, and now here the Capricorn. Interesting. Let me see. Okay. Ah, yeah. Well, you're peeking out right there. Pisces energy. So okay, let's see what else. Why didn't you want to talk, Pisces? What's up with you? That's so crazy. Uh-oh. Trying to find balance because you're up in your head about something. Don't let those negative thoughts creep in, Pisces. Okay, what is Pisces in their head about right now? Ah, just I don't know. Maybe you're just plans you're making. Like I don't see why plans that you're making. Oh, okay. See, it's funny because it didn't come out in reverse. Because this card is about having confianza en uno mismo. That means you're very confident about yourself, right? So it's funny. So maybe there's different energies here with Pisces. Because I don't know. I feel like maybe this is more like Pisces Aries cusp, right? There's a group that's more certain about themselves. So just take it how it resonates, whichever group of Pisces you are. Hmm. Maybe you were dealing with somebody that had a sharp tongue, someone, right? Maybe that's what this Nine of Swords energy is about, because it's both Gemini. I don't know. I don't feel like you need to be up in your head about things right now. Strange. If it is just something, right? it could be like that, right? Someone could say something that plants a seed in our head, and imagine that, like just one little thing, right? Those kind of weird things. But there's that balance again, right? It's not Libra. I didn't even think about it. But see, the universe is trying to balance things out. So that's probably why I'm not feeling like some kind of negative energy, because I feel like things are being, but for some reason you have a big hand in your balancing, Pisces, right? Like where with a lot of other signs, it was the universe. See, yeah, that's why I knew that you're not, there's new starts, new things coming, right? If it was what matters of the heart, see, my heart's feeling a little, not like full blown, but there's a little crack in there. Like it doesn't feel negative, right? Like, so I feel like your heart's not close to things, right? Um, but it does feel more like financial, right? So if you've been worried about money things and feel like new opportunities are on the way. Ah, okay. Because this was Capricorn energy too, right? So maybe the majority of your things have been money problems. Yeah, that's what I was saying. See, this is about having confidence in oneself. And see, with all that yellow, the solar plexus energy, right? Because that's standing in your truth, feeling very confident in yourself, right? So if it hasn't yet, I feel like there's opportunities right around the corner. That's why I don't know. I'm not really connecting with that whole being in your head energy. So maybe that's just for a few Pisces, right? Maybe that's specific, right? And that it's connected to an energy of someone saying something. I even got had a slight headache right here. So a feminine energy probably said something, right? Because I had a pain right here, which is the someone causing you a headache, right? Ah, there you are, Pisces. Ah, so maybe, yeah, maybe there's gonna be something creative or a job that's gonna feel right. Like I don't know why I got that, right? Like arranging flowers for weddings or something creative, right? I got chills. So there's gonna be some kind of job where there's something creative attached to what you do, right? Set like designing, decorating, things that put you in your element, right? I could see someone like singing or like whistling. I can't whistle all great, but while they're like that, right? Like putting flowers together or something, you know? Wow, my heart felt really refreshed with that. So I don't know. There's something there, right? Something creative. So yeah, I wouldn't don't let if it this energy, whatever, if there's someone that says just don't take it. I know Pisces can hang on to things too, right? I think you're like yeah, yeah. So just you know, like what does it say? Like water off a duck's back kind of thing. Don't let it get to you, right? Look at the little ducks. Never forget to tap into our spirit, our animal relatives, right? They give us just the way they are, right? They could give you so much advice and so much knowledge, right? So think about that. Water off a duck's back. Next time someone says something, just be like, you can even say it out loud to them, and they'll be like, "What the hell are you saying?" Be like, "Water off a duck's back." You could even quack at them, be like, "Water off a duck's back, quack quack" or something, and they'll be like, "What the hell? You've gone nuts." All right, there. So now I'll take questions. I know that was pretty. I think I went long, but if anyone has any questions, drop them now because yeah, it's too much to go back and. Did I do Aquarius? I didn't do Aquarius. You're right. Uh-oh. Um, no, I didn't do Aquarius. You're right. Oh, okay. One more. JKLOL. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Brittany. I just looked up and I saw that. Wow, Aquarius. Okay. My bad. All right. So Aquarius. Last but not least, it's your birthday. I know I should have done you first, but I was like, well, since River Dragon was here first and River Dragon's Aries, I was like, okay, I'll start with Aries. But here we go, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need? Oh, wow. Okay. See, last but not least. So it feels like the wheel of fortune has turned in your favor. But it's almost like there is still a choice to it. So don't fight it if the universe is leading you. I think you've been focusing on work and that's going to pay off. Maybe you haven't seen completely. It feels like things have been going good, but they're about to get better, right? That's what I heard. So it's on you. If you, wow, I feel like it's going to make you. Man, there's a lot of that energy today, like that refreshing feeling in the heart. So I feel like things are looking good and they're about to get better. That was kind of the thing. Uh-oh, there it is. See, because like I said, the choice thing, right? So there's something from the past, maybe. That's always how it goes, right? Like a lot of times people will start focusing on work to like where after things happen. Wow, I feel all numb right now as I said that. So maybe there was something in the past. If you need to say something, right? Whenever I see that throat chakra and if there's something from your past you need to say, then say it, right? Don't hold on to it, right? Go into this new fire horse year without any regrets, right? Mm. Yeah, that's like, that's crazy, huh? Maybe friends should look in. Maybe with a Scorpio, right? Didn't someone talk about that? That's funny, right? Sadness, pessimism. But I don't know. It's interesting. It feels like you buried yourself in work, right? But look at how both of them are kind of like looking down. That's so, even almost like while someone buried their head in work, they still stop to think about things, right? So, hmm, yeah. Okay. So why is Aquarius over here sad about the past? I mean, the throat chakra is jumping out at me, so there's something that needs to be said. It might be on your part, Aquarius. Whoa. Wow. Victory, good news. See, the wheel of fortune, right? But my heart, wow. See, this is the first time I think today that I felt a little slight tightness in the heart, right? So there's things going good for you and everything. See, there it is. There's a little throat tightness. So there's something you need to communicate. So I think just that, right? I don't feel like I feel there's just some regret. There's something, maybe a friend, right? Because here it says about friendships or lost love, right? So whether you had a falling out with a love partner, right? A love interest partner or a friendship that ended, right? I think you need to say that something, right? See the head thing. So I don't know why there's a headache attached to it. Maybe maybe yeah. I know I've met Aquariuses that aren't like the sorry type, right? Like don't do good with apologizing or stuff like that. But hey, look at that, the temperance angel. See, the temperance angel, right? That's what it signifies. The cups are pouring into each other. So maybe there's just something you need to set right, then that's fine, right? If you're clearly sad about something, that's funny how that the river's right there. And then this is the river too, right? Maybe this temperance angel is asking you to be a little more tapped into your emotions, right? Because look at how, yeah, just I feel like there's something that needs to be communicated, right? Even if nothing comes out of it, it's just a balanced thing to do, right? Like there's just something that's balancing about communicating something. But I mean, hey, that with that victory, that's pretty interesting, right? I don't feel like there's things. Maybe if it's even that gratitude, right? Like you see, like wow, because we should always have like that attitude of gratitude thing, right? Like but maybe seeing like wow, things are going great. The universe is looking after me, right? The angels are looking after me, things like that. So you feel that maybe you owe something to say something, right? My gut lit up when I said that. So, okay. So I think that's kind of what's going on there with Aquarius. But hey, I feel like, yeah, it feels like a headache to you for some reason. Don't be in that, don't be in that energy, right? Like, because I think feels like it's the right thing to do, but I guess Aquarius is just don't do good with apologies. It's kind of what I'm feeling, right? Ah, see, you said something probably harsh, right? You probably did something with the win at all costs kind of thing. Right? Five of swords, five of cups. Oh, at least you have a conscience about it now, you know? Aquarius. Oh, the Aquarius. There you are. There it is. There's that big old river or whatever. That's like the whole ocean, huh? Because the river kept appearing, right? It just kept getting bigger. That's funny how the little stream, then that's so funny. All right, Aquarius, you know what you need to do. Okay, now we can answer questions. Thank you for reminding me that. I had forgot about Aquarius. It's what you don't say. Ah. Every river leads to the ocean. Look at everybody with their wisdom today, huh? I love it. I love it. Okay, so yeah, if anyone has questions, please drop them in because I don't want to go hunting because yeah, I'm sure because it looked like there was a lot of conversation that I missed, right? But that's beautiful. I love it. I love when you all. Yeah, I'll definitely put the timestamps after. Absolutely. I'll probably go eat first because I started this a little early and my stomach's been growling, but I'm definitely going to put the timestamps, right? So yeah, real quick, if anyone has questions before I close it, okay, is Virgo going to open up to me and we become a couple or should I walk away? Okay. So is gonna open up to Crystal? Is Virgo gonna open up? Is Virgo gonna open up? I see yes. Wow. And the Hierophant. This is like the connection. I don't know necessarily marriage, but this is definitely, a couple. So I see yes and yeah, to the point, right? It feels like they're gonna open up. My gut lit up. Never be well, I don't know. It just feel it out, right? Trust your intuition um if you should say something, right? Because this is just to answer your question, it says yes and yes, right? Obviously, the connection and they're gonna open up. So I don't know if you're led to providing that space for someone to open up or you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So take that out. So let me see. So Brittany is my cousin. Renata, okay. What's going on with have you reached out or let me see. Is Renata okay? Is Renata okay? Is Renata okay? Why no? Are they up in their head about something? What's instability? What's going on with them? Have you reached out yet, Brittany? Hmm. My throat. I felt the thing again. So I don't know. Maybe you need to check on them. Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know. See how you can get a hold of her. Maybe she's just up in her head. She's going through something. Okay. Yeah, so she's probably going through something. So I would say, yeah, absolutely. You're welcome, Crystal. Yeah, I would say reach out, you know? Ah, okay. Well, yeah, something. She's up in her head about something, so who knows? Maybe they had a fight, maybe something. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but I think that yeah, it was clear. Just yeah, I don't know. It doesn't hurt to do I don't know how far they live from you, right? How far she lives from you, so I don't know. Or if you know someone that could check on her, just I think yeah, absolutely. Let's see. So who's heads up on a queer? Okay, absolutely. Zoe, you're welcome. I well Antonio, good morning. Nice to you. Uh will Antonio and I ever reconcile again and become a couple? Okay, let me see. For nice to you, well Antonio. You wow. Talk about straight to the point, right? Yes, and look at a couple. My whole gut lit up, so that's pretty interesting. I don't know what you need to do to make that happen, right? But that was to the point, right? Chris. Oh, you won't apologize? Aquarius with big fat no, you won't apologize. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah. Let me see. Who else? Yeah, she was asked. She's a yeah, absolutely. Or if you know someone that could go check on her, by all means, right? Okay. Take care, Brittany. I'll see you. Oh, okay. Didn't want to muddy the waters. I don't know if you were friends first and then you're trying to be more romantic or what, but sometimes yeah, you just got to give people their space and be like, okay, fine. I don't know. People are weird, right? The psychological things that go on in someone's head are very strange, right? Then when someone sees you walking away, then they want to chase you, or different things happen, right? I don't know. Whatever things shape someone's being, right? Like into them being how they are. So, but yeah, that's what came out. So, absolutely, you're welcome. On that note, I'll see you all. Okay, you were friends first. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, hey, why wouldn't you want to be a friend with the person you're with, right? And so I don't know if that's scares people or yeah, I guess it could make things complicated because then you're afraid, oh, what happens if things don't work out? But obviously, right, we shouldn't live in that fearful way, right? Because I'd rather know than not know, I guess, is my kind of thing. So on that note, I'll end it there. I'll put the timestamps after. And thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for allowing me to connect with your energy. It's an honor. It's a blessing. Okay. I'll do the last two, you two that just hopped in, and then that's it. And then I'll close it out because I was already closing it out because I had asked a lot of times. So, okay, what's coming in next in love? Okay, so for Selena, okay, Selena. Okay, so you two are the last ones, and that's it. Selena, what's coming in next in your love life? I guess new experiences, new plans. Are you an Aries or are you connecting with an Aries maybe? Maybe an Aries season, something's gonna come in. Well, it's interesting because this is Liberty, right? So maybe you're not gonna be so focused on love life at this moment. Maybe you're gonna be more focused on. Okay, let me clarify then. Let me see. Aries. Wow, interesting. Maybe you're gonna be looking for a balanced relationship, right? With justice, because that's the heart, right? So what matters is the heart. Maybe you're gonna be a little more, see, like planning it out, right? If you were already in a kind of connect, because it says looking to new horizons, right? So if you were in something, maybe now you're gonna be looking at something that's more balanced, right? That balance has been coming out through this whole, like all the most of the signs or all the signs. So I think for your new love life, you're gonna definitely on that 11, right? With that 11 too, right? You're gonna be looking more at something that feels just, right? Justice is gonna be really important to you, I feel, right? Like you don't want to connect that with anything that feels unjust, right? My heart felt like oof, refreshed with that. So I think that's kind of what's coming in for you is gonna be, I mean, ultimately your choice, right? You're gonna be choosing to be with someone that feels you're in Aquarius, okay. Oh, thank you, Zoe. You have a great day as well. Thank you. Um, yeah. So yeah, if you focus on other things, I feel like you with love, it's gonna be something that, right? Look at it says receiving what you deserve, right? But with that balance, right? Balance really jumps out at me. It's not just gonna be about you getting what you deserve, but also giving what someone else deserves as well, right? Like being a very balanced relationship, I feel is like, you know, if you do start any connections, maybe it'll be real quick when you'll notice, like, this doesn't feel balanced. Yeah, and stuff like that, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting. Let me know if that resonates. And the last one, Cancer, working on a past neglected spiritual self. I need direction, taking care of my ex. So what's your exact question? Past neglected. Do you have a question, Marianne? Working on your past neglected spiritual self. I need direction. Okay, so let me just see if what direction, what advice do you have for Mary? I don't know, because I thought you had asked a specific question, but let me see. Mm, maybe responsibilities right now. Maybe there's things that you have. No, actually, I'm already. This is the last one. What is it? True to your purpose. Yeah, this is the last one. I gotta go. Um, yeah, but I mean, if you want to check your sign, I'll put the timestamps. I gotta go eat something right now. But yeah, but responsibilities for Marianne. Maybe right now is the time to tap into your responsibilities. Right, focus on that first. Right, before you look into other things. Just focus on your responsibilities at this moment. Right, and that's it. Right. It feels like a mind over heart energy, but my heart doesn't feel tight or nothing. It feels refreshed, almost like once you take care of your responsibilities, you'll have time for other things, right? I don't know, something with communicating things clearly because I felt like something, it didn't feel like a tight throat. It's just like something brought attention to the throat, right? Like an itchy feeling. So I feel like there's something you need to communicate. Or if there is something you need to communicate, you need to make sure you communicate it, right? So on that note, I'll end it there. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Let me know if that resonated. Let me know if that helped. And I'll see you all soon. Have a great day. Have a great week if I don't see you all. And yeah, much love.